Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the April 2020 monthly tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio. Now, please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this in regards to your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars sign actually for this particular reading. So do take a look at your natal chart and see what the corresponding zodiac signs are for those placements and see which title resonates with you most at this current time. So just to let you know, I will be using a Celtic cross style spread using the Waite tarot deck and clarifying with the intuitive as always. So Scorpio, just to let you know, when I was doing your pre-shuffle, I could see that the King of Wands kept coming up very prominently. And I did also see the Lovers card come up a couple of times. So it could be that you're dealing with, and the Lovers was in reverse. So it could be that you're dealing with a fire sign at this time that's trying to make himself known or herself known. It was the King of Wands, as I said. So it doesn't have to be, just because it's the king, doesn't have to be a male, but it's just that masculine, fiery energy. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, or they could be coming towards you at this time. As I said, I also saw the Lovers in reverse, so you could also be dealing with a Gemini. Or you could be walking away from a Gemini towards a fire sign, or vice versa. So I feel like there's something closing anyway for you in regards to a relationship or a past connection, and you're being beckoned by someone new is what I feel. If that comes up in this reading, then cool, but it may not necessarily, so just be aware of that. But I did see that message for a few of you that someone is trying to make their presence known, and they are very, very attracted to you, so just be aware of that. Okay. So I'm just going to pull, wow, these cards are just flying everywhere today. Okay, so I'm just going to pull the general spread and then we'll go through each card and then I'll clarify afterwards. But yes, I am curious because I think this may very well come up in your reading. So I'm quite curious to see what's at work here for you in the month of April, Scorpio, because I know that your love life has been kind of a significant factor for those of you who this reading will resonate for. So yeah, I'm curious to see where this is going, to be honest. Okay. All right. So in regards to your present circumstances, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, so earth energy, okay? Now this is talking about the fact that I feel like you've put a lot of effort into many areas of your life, okay? There's no disputing that at all. But there may be something in particular that that you're kind of hesitant to look at. I feel like you're kind of withdrawing your energy from it. You're kind of concentrating in other matters, okay? Because you don't want to hear what anyone else has to say on the subject. Maybe someone keeps bringing it to your awareness, like, you know, you've been quiet on the dating front, or maybe you know, because you're in the midst of leaving a relationship or about to leave a relationship, you've not been shining too much of a light on your private life, right? Particularly when it comes to your relationship. So you've been throwing yourself into other subject matters, right? And people may be even questioning you about it, like, you know, what's going on? How comes I haven't seen you with so-and-so anymore? Or, you know, how's things with so-and-so? And you're just like, yeah, I'd rather not talk about it right now. You know, or you try and divert the conversation away to something else, to another subject matter, right? That's what I feel like for you. Like you're kind of just not wanting to go into the details of what's happening with you right now in terms of your love life, which is fair enough, you know. You're right to keep things quiet, you know. And I feel like the reason you're doing that is because you're still kind of conserving your energy and trying to realign with what it is that you want moving forward, right? And you're kind of really been focused on your work, particularly if any of my other readings applied for you, Scorpio. Like you've really thrown yourself into your work to the point of near exhaustion. So you may need to look at that now, okay? because it's kind of you serving you as a distraction more than anything else at this time. So in regards to your challenge, what's crossing the situation, you have the Six of Pentacles, so more earth energy, okay? Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So it could be that you're being asked to distribute your time more evenly. You know, as I was saying, I feel like you've thrown yourself so much into your work to distract yourself from this aspect of your life that you may be feeling out of balance, you may be feeling burnt out. You may have felt like all you do is work and it's bringing you down, it's bringing your energy levels down, it's making you unhappy. So you need to address that, because while it's important to do the work, it's important to, you know, further yourself or whatever. You need to take care of yourself as well. So be aware of that. That maybe that's what needs your attention more at this time. In regards to your recent past, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so plenty of earth energy, and this is what I'm saying. You've been really investing in yourself in terms of, you know, building up your finances, getting things on track with your career. If you have a business, you've been really investing in that and getting things ready for launch if it's a new business, or just leveling up things. I feel you've really been taking a lot of time and consideration into what it is that you want to do moving forward when it comes to your career, your business, your vision. Perhaps you're even studying. You know, it'll be different for each and every one of you. You know, creating this solid foundation for yourself so you don't have to fall back on anyone else, which is important. But now, like I said, things are shifting towards a different focus now, I feel like. So in regards to your near future, you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I think either way, you're kind of like, you've been doing a lot of work on yourself even, I feel. I think you have been doing a lot of healing, and particularly if you are leaving a relationship, you've been kind of preparing yourself for that. Or if you have already left a relationship and you've been dealing with the aftermath, you've been trying to heal from those wounds, okay? So you've been putting a lot of time and energy into healing yourself, which is why you've probably distanced yourself from certain people so you don't have to explain in detail what's going on. Or you may have distanced yourself from people that have been showing interest in you because you've not felt ready to take that plunge. Whereas now you're starting to come out of that cocoon, and soon you will be ready to take possibly a leap of faith into something new. Even in a light-hearted way, you know, like, you know, sort of dating and just taking things very slowly, you know. So interesting. In regards to your feelings, you have the Judgment card in reverse. So you may feel like that how things went down in this previous connection wasn't just, it wasn't fair. You may felt like, you know, it didn't add up. There's still things that are kind of unresolved, that don't match up in your mind, that you don't have any more clarity on why things went the way they did, or what it is that you felt the other person wanted, or what you think you deserve from the situation. It could apply in so many different ways, but I feel like in multiple ways you're left feeling like you don't have closure, right? That you're unable to truly close the chapter on it, and that's why you've kind of been like just, you know, going around the subject, because you feel like there's still a lot of answers that you don't have. And that's what you're finding hard, right? It's not that you're not prepared to walk away and focus on yourself at this point. I think you are. You've worked up to this point, but now you're just still unhappy with the fact that you don't have the full closure that you hoped you would gain, right? So we'll look at that more when we clarify. In regards to your, what's crowning you, what's within your power to affect, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse, so water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You're all up in your feelings, right? You're just trying to deny that from yourself, even. You're trying to hide that from yourself, that you're all up in your feelings about certain things, particularly when it comes to, you know, love connections, romance, soul level connections, right? You're missing that dearly, I think. And, you know, it's kind of like the universe is telling you, like, listen, you can release this now. Do whatever you need to do to purge it out of your system, because there's something new on the horizon, you're just not seeing it yet. So do whatever you need to do in order to close this for good, so that you can finally take that step forward and not be dwelling on the past and, you know, constantly going around in circles looking for that closure that might never come, right? But I get you. I've been there, Scorpio, right? I've been there, so I understand you completely, okay? It's not easy to do, but, you know, maybe that's what's necessary, what's needed at this time, because there's some things you're just never going to know. You know, you're never going to get all of the answers, is what I feel like. But maybe one day you will. But at this time, it's not doing you any good just, like, chasing your own tail, trying to find the whys in everything, right? Okay, in regards to your advice, see, this is what I'm talking about. Lover's card, okay? So you could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could have a Gemini coming into your life. So I'm not surprised this came up, because I saw it a couple of times when I was pre-shuffling for you. But either way, I feel like it's saying, look, there are love interests being brought into your awareness, okay? There are options when it comes to your love life, okay? But it all depends on you, right? So rather than dwelling on the past, why not explore new possibilities? You know, why not have just fun, light-hearted fun? I don't mean like just having casual sex all over the place. I mean, you can do that if you want. It's your business, you know. You do what you like. But I mean, it's just asking you to just like meet people, you know, enjoy the experience of just being with new people. Okay, it's a bit difficult right now because of, you know, everything that's going on. But just being open to it in general, moving forward, right? It doesn't mean that you have to like break quarantine or whatever, but just, you know, just being open to new possibilities, essentially, when it comes to your love life, right? And not close your heart space, because that's not going to do you any good, especially when something fulfilling could be coming into your life sooner than you think, right? So in regards to your external influences, so this can be situations, people, environmental factors. You have the Seven of Cups in reverse, so more water energy, okay? So yeah, it's like the situation is making you feel like you don't have possibilities, that there aren't doors opening up to you, that, you know, you're kind of stuck in the energy that you're currently in, that there was only one way towards happiness, and that way, that door is shutting, right? But that's not actually the case. Even the person you're dealing with might make you feel like that. They might even tell you that, right? Or they might be pushing that onto you because that's how they feel, because things didn't work out between you. They may be feeling like this, like, oh, this was our one shot at happiness and we've blown it, and, you know, if you hadn't done this, then we would still be together and I would have done this. Maybe they're guilt tripping you a little bit because they don't see themselves having this, you know, this opportunity for happiness elsewhere. So they're making you feel like you don't have the opportunity for happiness, which is nonsense, okay? Like, we're going to meet, you know, throughout your lifetime, you're going to meet several partners generally, okay? Some people meet one person and stick with them for the rest of their lives, but that's very rare, okay? In most cases, you are going to date more than one person because there's different lessons, there's different experiences to be had by dating those people, and those people come into our lives when it's most relevant to what is needed in order to learn, you know, what we need to learn and what we need to be able to show, right? It's like a two-way street, and it's the same for them. There's a lesson in it that they need to learn, and there's something that they need to exhibit also, right? Or release, you know, or both usually. So yeah, so you will meet someone else, of course, you know, it's not the end, that's what you need to realize. But we'll look into what else could be going on in regards to that. So when it comes to your hopes at this time, I feel, you have the Hermit, okay, Virgo energy. So I don't feel like this is necessarily someone you're dealing with, although it could be. You could be in contact with a Virgo that you kind of have an interest in, but, you know, you haven't explored that as a potential yet. But either way, I feel like generally this is you wanting to go within and, you know, get the answers from yourself, right? Wanting to take time for yourself to reflect on things, to really have it clear in your mind of what it is that you want to do, how you're going to proceed forward. You know, what matters to you, what are your principles? You know, what does your happiness look like? Do you want to settle down and have kids with someone one day? Do you want to get married? Do you want to travel the world with a life partner? You know, what is it that you want to do? This is what you're going to be considering and contemplating on, I feel, for a little while, yeah. When it comes to your fears, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse, so fire energy, like I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I think you're afraid that, I don't know, I just got, when I saw this, I thought aging. I don't know why. Maybe you're afraid that as you're going, because the Queen of Wands, right? She's seen as very youthful, beautiful, like she is like the archetype of beauty, being very alluring, charming, attractive, seductive, you know, often associated with the mistress as the mistress card, right? The one that everyone wants to be with, the one everyone chases after, right? And you might be afraid that because you're growing older, because you haven't settled down yet, or because you haven't done certain things that you thought you would at this point in your life, you're worried that people are not going to want to do that with you, that people aren't going to want to be with you, that they're going to be looking for someone younger or someone that's more this, more that, or whatever, especially if you were cheated on in this connection. That could knock your confidence to the point where you're worried that if you take that leap of faith again, someone's just going to look for something elsewhere. It's going to apply differently to each and every one of you, but there is this fear that you're going to be, you know, the good wife at home while, you know, the partner goes around and does whatever with the mistress, you know, the Queen of Wands. But, and I'm not saying like bad genders or whatever, I'm just using an example. But, yeah, I think you're afraid that you're no longer going to be seen as the one that people are going to be chasing, that you're just going to be the ball and chain essentially, or that people are not going to want to be with you at all because of some, I don't know, some factor that we may find out when we clarify. But I feel like there's just fear there that because things are changing and because your priorities may be changing, that you're not going to be able to find what you're seeking at this point. That you may have put up with some things or settled in some ways, but because you're not willing to settle anymore, you're afraid that you're not going to find what you're looking for. That's kind of the main message I'm getting there. And then in regards to the potential outcome, you have the King of Swords in reverse. So air energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So it could be that you're worried as well that, this is the word that keeps coming out, worried, worry, worry. This is what I'm getting from you. You're worried, Scorpio. I'm even feeling it. You're worried. I think you're worried that you're not going to be able to assert your boundaries. I think you're worried that after everything you've experienced and all that you've learned, that when it comes to crunch time, you're just going to fail. That you're not going to learn from previous mistakes, that you're going to make the same mistakes. And then you're going to be kicking yourself. You know, and seeing yourself as weak because you didn't do this, this, and this. But that's nonsense, right? But you're afraid that you're going to repeat the same cycles. That you're just going to find yourself, you know, being maybe taken advantage of, or maybe having to deal with the same toxic issues, or, you know, similar character traits in people that just bring you down, that make you question your worth, you know, that make you feel like, yeah, that you're less than, or that you're not worth sticking around for, you know, that they'll just come and go out of your life, which is not true. Let me just say now, that's not true at all, okay? So it's really important that you know that. And I'm sorry if someone did make you feel like that in the recent past, or even currently, but they have no idea what they're losing. That's all I can say, okay? So just going into the clarifiers now. Just take me a moment. But yeah, I don't like the fact that this reading is so riddled with self-doubt and worry. Like, honestly, Scorpio, like, you're doing really, really good. Like, you know, if I was to, in any other aspect of your life, if I was to associate a card with you right now, you'd be You know, the Queen of Pentacles, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles. Like, you've got it down. You've got your shit together. You know, you're looking real good. You've got your life together. It's just, unfortunately, when it comes to your love life, you took a bit of a hit, I feel. If this applies to you, of course. And yeah, it's just important that you know that this is temporary. That this is not going to be your life. You know, this is just how it is right now, but it's changing as well. It is changing. So just be aware of that. Because it's very easy to get into this perpetual loop of thinking like, oh, nothing's ever changing, it's never going to change, this is going to be my life, this is all I know, blah, blah, blah. Because it's not true, okay? Simply put, it's just not true. Wow, I need one more card for that one. Okay, fine, I'll take them both. Alright, so in regards to your present circumstances, the Three of Pentacles in reverse here, you have the the Page of Swords and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So yeah. Yeah, I think right now the reason you're finding it difficult to speak your truth on the matter is because there's certain things that are still playing out at this time, and certain wounds that you're still healing, but you are almost there. You're almost ready to close the door fully, and once that happens, then you'll be able to communicate clearly and like, yeah, this is the situation, this is what's happening, this is what I'm doing, right? And you'll be able to, first you have to be able to say that to yourself, and then you'll be able to say that to others, right? And I don't mean sit there having a conversation with yourself like out loud, but just, you know what I mean, reaffirming it in your mind, and then you'll be able to communicate that with others. But that's why you're not doing it yet, because you're still kind of licking your wounds a little bit right now. There's still a couple of things that you're trying to address, okay? Especially if you are, you know, going through the process of separating from this person or leaving this person, maybe even divorcing, right? So in regards to the challenge here, the what am I doing in my life? Yeah, in regards to the challenge here, the Six of Pentacles in the upright. You have the King of Swords in the upright this time, okay, air energy. You've got the Page of Cups, water, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So that tells me, yeah, that you haven't been investing enough time and energy in what it is that you truly want when it comes to a connection, okay? That you've been so focused, as I said, you've been so focused on getting to this place, right? To getting to being strong and independent and just like not needing anyone, not giving a crap, just doing what you want, and, you know, not letting anyone get you down, which is great, okay? It's important to do that, but at the same time, I feel like you see how it's like more one-sided, or it's like imbalanced, right? This is what I feel like. I feel like you've been putting so much energy into getting into this energy, the King of Swords, where it's just no nonsense, no bullshit, you know, very stern, very sort of very determined, very like, this is what I'm doing, that's it, no questions, non-negotiable, that's it. You're in that energy so much that you're kind of forgetting that this is at the heart of you, right? Pisces. Why did I say Pisces? You're Scorpio. Okay, maybe you have Pisces in your chart, but this card I kind of associate with Pisces energy as well, like a hopeless romantic, like, you know, wanting love so desperately, but at the same time not wanting to admit it, you know. And that's what I feel like. I feel like at the heart of it, you really want this, you know, you want a solid connection, but you're not investing time or energy into that. You're closing yourself off energetically from that. So that's what's preventing you from having this new beginning in love at this time. In regards to your past, your recent past, you have, well, with the Seven of Pentacles here, sorry, you have the Queen of Wands in reverse again, and you have the Devil card in reverse, so Capricorn energy. So yeah, this is what I'm saying, like, you've been investing so much. You might have been investing not only so much in your resources, your businesses, but you might have been investing in your looks so much because you're convinced that how you are is not enough, right? Because the Queen of Wands is all about appearance and, being very attractive and very passionate and charismatic and all of that sort of thing, right? So yeah, I feel like you may have invested, with the Seven of Pentacles here, you might have invested so much energy and time and money into how you appear to others, carefully crafting your appearance, not just in terms of your looks, but how you present yourself to the world in general. But you're doing that in a way that masks your true feelings and your true self, right? You're kind of getting a little bit lost in the point of what it is that you're trying to create, right? Because you're like I said, you're invested so much time and energy into your outward appearance, your how you're perceived by others as well, and your work, your career, your business, whatever it is. You're doing that, so you're kind of distracting from the fact of how you truly feel inside, which is hurt still, and you're feeling maybe a bit lonely or a bit lost, or feeling that emotional lack, right, that you have from not having what you feel like a real heartfelt connection with someone, right, in at least a romantic sense. Maybe you have some very good friends and they give you a lot of fulfillment and good connections with your family, but I feel like you are still feeling that one missing thing. And you really, like I said, I feel like you are at the heart of it. If you were truthful with yourself, you're a hopeless romantic. Like, you love romance, but you just don't usually allow yourself to admit that, right? So all of this is kind of masking the truth, right? That actually you are this and you want this, okay? That's what I'm getting. Sorry, but that's what I'm getting, okay? You can hate it all you want, but it's true. Okay. In regards to your near future, the Four of Swords in reverse here, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Wands in reverse. So yeah. I think you need to start seeing that there's possibilities, right? That the reason why you're feeling so out of your power, why you're feeling so out of whack, is because you don't see possibilities, you're seeing problems. You're seeing lack where there's abundance, right? That's the problem. So, yeah. That's the thing, you're not seeing things clearly. You're not getting to the heart of things as they truly are. You're not seeing it as things truly are. You're just seeing lack where there's actually a lot of abundance. And yeah, I feel like once you kind of are able to see things more clearly, that's when you'll be able to realize that actually there's opportunity knocking everywhere, right? And that you are not lacking, there's nothing wrong with you. You just took an emotional, and I think, well, not just an emotional hit, I think you took a hit to the ego. And that's why it's manifesting in these different ways. So I need to be more, I need to be better, I need to do this, I need to do that. I need to invest in my looks, I need to invest in my business, I need to invest in my, house, my career, my friends, my whatever. Like, it could be in various different ways. But this is where the true investment needs to go in, to your heart space, okay, and to your the inner work, right? Because you have been doing it, you have been doing inner work, you have been healing, but there's much deeper levels that you need to explore that you are kind of not wanting to do right now. So in regards to your feelings, the Judgment card in reverse, I almost said fear. Fear keeps coming up, I feel it, there's some fear there. But in regards to the Judgment in reverse, you have the Four of Swords in the upright, and you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is you, Virgo. Why did Virgo come up? Maybe Virgo kind of was intervening and caused some problems here. Maybe, like I said, you were dealing with a Virgo and they kind of knocked you off course somewhat. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? So that's Scorpio energy as well as Cancer and Pisces. So this is you, right? This is you feeling like you were done wrong, that you were treated unfairly, that you had so much to give, but because of how this connection left you feeling, you feel like the well is dry, you know. You're like, I am this fucking Sahara right now, thanks to you. Which is not really true, but I understand this is how you feel right now because of everything that's happened, right? But you're like, I feel like the Sahara, there's nothing left. Like, my cup is empty. It is dry. It has been dry for months now. You know, it's that kind of thing. Because of how I've been feeling, because of everything that I went through, you know. So that's why you're showing up in the reverse. Because in the upright, the Queen of Cups is very emotional, very giving, loving, nurturing. Like, she just overflows with emotion. With it in the reverse, your well is run dry, my friend. You know, you've just been like, well, there's nothing left, good, bad, indifferent. Like, I'm just not, it's not there right now. So you're feeling very out of sorts anyway. You're not feeling your usual self, right? And that's where the healing still needs to come in. Like I said, deeper levels of healing. So yeah, you're going to have to look at that and address that more, I think. You're going to have to really take a look at that and see where you may be self-sabotaging and where you may be putting your energy in the wrong places. Like I said, focusing only on the outward appearance and seeming fine to everyone, and everyone thinking you're all happy because you're the cipher soul of the party, or, you know, you're still willing to be very sociable. But the reality is, inside you might, like I said, with the Hermit, you just want to be alone. You want some time to yourself to reflect, to heal, right? You want to work out what's going on with you. You know that things are not okay. It just appears okay on the surface. And you're sick of holding that facade as well. I think you really know that as much as you can invest all the money, time, and energy into this, it's not going to resolve the issue. It's just a band-aid that's eventually going to slide off, you know. So you need to address it head on, because this energy deals with illusion. It's illusion. Okay. It's illusionary is what I mean. So in regards to your advice, the Lovers here, Gemini energy, you have the High Priestess in reverse. It's unbelievable. This has got to be at least the third reading where the High Priestess is turned up in reverse. So a lot of people feeling like their intuition is way off right now. So it's not just you, I can promise you. King of Cups in the upright. So here we go. This is what we want. This is what we want. This is why it's in your advice, okay? You want to be in this energy, Scorpio. This is you in your element, right? When you're emotionally grounded, you're balanced, you're not afraid to be vulnerable, you're not afraid to show your emotion, but it comes from a place of control, you know. Not that it's false in any way, but it's just like, it's not like the Queen of Cups where it can spill over everywhere, and it can be very rocky, very up and down and turbulent, right? And it's more stabilized with the King, right? But he still very much likes to show his appreciation. He still likes to enjoy the good things, you know, the important things, show his affection, you know, and be like, basically it's like a balanced, you know, emotionally balanced, healthy partner, right? And that's the space that you're being asked to bring yourself back into, okay? Because right now your intuition is off. You think that you have to be in the King of Swords energy. And that's part of the deception here. You don't have to be in the King of Swords energy. You need to move back into the King of Cups, okay? And that possibly there's a romantic connection that can help you get there also. But there's going to be possibilities in romance. It's not just one connection that's going to present itself to you. There's going to be multiple opportunities to explore that again, okay? So you have to discern what's going to be most aligned with you, you know, how well you are aligned, you know, individually, and as, you know, potentially something more, as like in terms of your connection, right? Maybe more than just friends, more than just casual dating or whatever. So in regards to your external influences, the Seven of Cups in reverse here, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse again. The Three of Cups in the upright. Wow, so much numerology going on in these readings. Okay, so 333 might be relevant to you at this time. Any messages that come up related to 333, check it out. It might be important. Okay, also look up your angel numbers in regards to 333. So that might give you some insight as to what the universe is trying to tell you at this time. And you also have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I feel like that's it. It's like you really feel like you can't have this new beginning because you're so determined to have it with this person, right? This everything that you imagined, you know, your lifelong future. You imagined it with whoever this person was that you're walking away from or have walked away from. So now that the person is gone, you feel like that's not an opportunity for you, like that's not a possibility for you anymore. Either that or this person is making you believe that because that's what they believe, right? And again, I think that partially ties into this energy here, right? Illusionary. So if that is the case, I don't like it that that person is kind of projecting that onto you. Because that's not true, you know. You have a lot to celebrate. There's a lot of opportunities to meet new people. You know, I feel like you are very sociable. As I said, you do have the opportunities to meet people regularly, right? Whether it's because of your work, because of the social circles you operate in, your hobbies, whatever it is, right? You have lots of opportunities to celebrate, enjoy life, have good times with lots of different interesting people and many opportunities to explore a new love, right? Like I was saying, but this person is making you feel like you don't, which is nonsense, okay? So yeah, that's what you need to be aware of, okay? That it's not real, actually. That this, whatever you're feeling in regards to that, or if this is another person trying to make you feel like that, it's because they know they've lost something good in their life. So just keep walking, pretty much. Because there's stuff that they're going to have to address within themselves. There's things that they are turning a blind eye to also. So they're going to have to take a closer look at the finer details and refine things within themselves that need addressing and healing, right? So, clarifying the Hermit here, Virgo energy in regards to your hopes. You have the Four of Cups in the upright and the King of Pentacles, okay? So, more earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So, like I said, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Virgo in this situation. Or you could have this in your chart, or this could be someone who could present themselves to you when you least expect it, right? When you're having your time out to yourself, which you want, you probably will do that at some point. I feel like when you decide to go off into your little cave, or maybe in this time while quarantine is on, while we're self-isolating, this is kind of allowing you to take time for this, right? So while you're there in your little cave and doing your inner work and your projects from home and all the rest of it, the King of Pentacles might present himself to you with an offer, a significant offer, okay? He's showing up as the King of Pentacles, not as the Page, right, for example. He's showing up as the King of Pentacles, some significant offer. This could be someone you already know, who's had their eye on you for a long time, and you have no idea that they want to build a life with you. They're like, I want you to be my husband, my wife, my mother, father, and my child. I want you to be my everything. And you're just like, whoa. Okay, no. Big nope. You're going to reject it, I feel like, because you just feel like I am not ready for anything of that level, right? So this person might come in real strong and say, I really want this with you. I want something so much more. And you're just like, whoa, like, hello, Sahara here, you know, Sahara Desert. And you're asking me for this. Like, are you insane? No. Your first impulse will be probably to reject it. Obviously that's entirely up to you, but I feel like you just feel like you're not ready and you don't want to have to put yourself, you don't want to be in that situation. I feel like you just want to get yourself to where you want to be. You want to feel grounded. You want to feel like you can be your everything. You can give yourself that pentacle. So, you know, you're not interested in any, like, you know, big dramatic gesture, right, that might come your way, but it can happen is all I'm saying. Like, I'm seeing there is someone here, you know, there is someone here. I feel like, especially with the King and the Queen, this is how you're feeling right now, and this is where you need to get to be. But this could also be someone else's energy, like I said, someone who wants to offer you something significant, okay? that's everything, you know. All you need is them to bring up the emperor, and then that's it, you've got it, you know. So that's like the full package there, whoever this person is. So yeah, don't be surprised if life throws a spanner in the works and is just like, here you go, perfect person for you, and you're just like, oh shit, like what do I do now, you know. So just be aware that could happen during this time. So, in regards to your fears, clarifying the Queen of Wands in reverse, you have the Nine of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse. When I tell you the King of Wands, he's made his appearance, okay? So, yeah, there could be, because, oh my god, there's another pair. Not only you got the King and Queen, right? This is nuts, okay? Give me a second. Queen of Cups in reverse, King of Cups in the upright, okay? King of Wands in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. Like, what is going on? Seriously, with these pairings, okay? So this is someone who's like almost an exact match to you, okay? This is someone who is like mirroring you to a T pretty much, except emotionally, they are there, they are ready, they're willing, they're very grounded, they've got their shit together, they've got their material assets down. But they may not be very confident right now. They may be feeling not so confident because of how you're feeling as well. They might be mirroring you in that way too. Like, because you think that no one is willing to be with you, no one wants to settle down with you, no one sees you as like this beauty that you've always been seen as anymore, and like all of these like fears that are manifesting from you, right? You may be drawing in someone who also has the same fears, right? Someone who is otherwise very emotionally balanced, that is very loving and giving and generous and, you know, very stable and committed and loyal, but it has some hang-ups about themselves. Maybe about their parents, maybe about, you know, they might find it hard to kind of charm people, so they're a bit awkward socially, especially when they really like someone. They might be very clumsy with their words. They might come across as a bit dispassionate with the way they're communicating their feelings, or you know, things of that nature, when actually they care a lot. They just don't really project that so much. Like, you know, it can come out in different ways. But I feel like this person's going to understand you and they're going to be able to relate to you, right? And I feel like, you know, what you're afraid of is if someone who is actually very much matching you at this time comes towards you with their own hang-ups and baggage or whatever, that you're just not going to have the energy to deal with it because you've already got so much of your own to contend with. So you're like, okay, that's great, but I really don't want somebody who's going to bring all their emotional baggage into their life because I've got my own to deal with right now. So someone's like, you know, not of the right energy, like they better not even step up to me because I'm just not ready for that right now. I still got to take care of myself, which is fair enough, you know. But life happens in funny ways is all I'm saying. So, you know, just don't be surprised if that happens, right? It's going to be different for each and every one of you, right? But I feel like, you know, as you start to heal the divine feminine aspects of yourself, this person will be dealing with the divine masculine and trying to heal that part of yourself. And maybe you're being brought together to help in that healing process, so you support one another through that journey. Just saying, okay? And that can go vice versa, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine. It's not about your gender. Keep that in mind. It's about the aspects of self, right? So, finally then, clarifying the possible outcome, the King of Swords in reverse. So yes, kicking that energy to the curb. You have the Two of Swords in the reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, so we've got two twos as well, and the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So while I think that you will be softening down a little bit, you're going to make the decision to not invest into anything heavy here. Because you know that there's still certain things that you're trying to clear up and close out in your life. So I think you're coming from a very rational but less harsh standpoint. You're like, okay, the reality is I do want a connection. I do want something fulfilling emotionally. But, the truth is I'm not quite there yet. So I rather focus on addressing these things within myself that needs healing. And then when I feel more, where I need to be, that I've healed those things, and I'm ready to take that plunge, then I'll take that plunge when I come across the right connection with the right person for me at that time, which is, I think, actually a very sensible way to approach it. So yeah, Scorpio, very interesting reading. I hope this helped in some way and at least put your fears to rest and make you see that you are well sought after, you are cared for, and the universe is um, intervening in unexpected ways, should we say. So, yeah, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you have subscribed, please do. And yes, we'll take a look at your next reading to see if this correlates with any of what we just discussed. Or it could be about something completely different, so we'll just see when we get to it. But for the meantime, I wish you all the best. Stay strong, keep going on your journey. And yeah, things will work out just fine, okay? Just know that you're being looked after, so take care. Bye.